Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. Hope you've been well. I know I haven't. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I had been well this week. Without getting into too many details, my Jeep is 6 ways from Sunday screwed. 3 major components after just 42,000 miles are being replaced. Anyway, that's very frustrating, but you know, at least I had some coverage for it through my loan agreement. Blah, 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 blah. No one cares. Okay. Let's get on to the metal detecting video. Speaking of metal detecting, we're not doing a dump video this week. We're not going to do one for some time now. I have one in the pipeline for like maybe 6 or 7 weeks from now, but that'll be it for quite some time. So in this week's episode, I went metal detecting at a permission that I have, and I went into one of the upper fields that I have never explored before, and once again, this place just keeps giving it up. I found relics and coins dating between the 1600s and early 1900s, so there was a lot of activity in that particular area I was in, and I was rewarded handsomely for going low, slow, and gritting once again. I can't wait to show you what I found, and we're going to get into that in just a minute, but first, as a reminder, I am now a proud affiliate of KELLYCO metal detectors, so if you need anything metal detecting related at all, don't hesitate, shoot me an email at stefdigs@gmail.com. I can get you a deal on just about anything, or if you already know what you want, just use my code STEFDIGS when you check out. And you better get rolling with that because Christmas is going to be here before we know it. I haven't even started my shopping yet, so maybe once I drop this video, I'll do some tonight. I don't know. Anyway, let's hop in. Well, sometimes it pays to dig the low signals. I got an 8 signal about 4 inches down. Just pulled it out, took me a while to find it because it's sticky. And we have a little button with a massive shank. Let's see. And I actually know what this is. So this is tomback material. And the front would have had a pewter face. This is really, really old, like early 1700s. Okay, so first off, I swear I use the right equipment when I am out in the field in terms of filming, but sometimes when you're in the middle of a windy field, it really doesn't matter. So right before I cut in here, right after I cut in here, that's when the wind was really going to pick up in the clip, and I wanted to explain something to you that I feel is pretty important, especially given a piece that's coming up. So here are some similar examples to what I dug, okay? And these are just the backs of 2-piece buttons. You can see the shank pulled through and that it would have attached to a face. It's very obviously incomplete, okay? And I have several more of those, but I can't find them because, per usual, they're somewhere in the relic room, and that's where I am, but I can't find them. So these are what the complete ones would have looked like, just to give you an idea. The pewter face on this one is still intact. I actually preserved that with hairspray, if you're wondering why on earth it's so shiny. And you can see the tomback back with just a broken shank there. So that is about 95% complete. Definitely a rare find. And this is actually really special to me. It's the first button I ever dug of any kind. And it's rare. It's very hard to find these guys. So no shank on the back, but again, about 95% complete. I will take it. So in any case, the reason that you won't often find these with the faces is because the soldering would often fail. So when these were being soldered together, the face onto the back, gases would build up within the button, and eventually the soldering would fail to the point where the face of it would pop off. So that's typically why you're just going to find the backs of them. Now, later on, in the, I would say, I guess early to mid-1700s, they added blowholes to the back of the button to release the gases that would build up when they were creating the buttons. So, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to explain, because I was trying to explain that in the video. And spoiler alert, I may or may not find a blowhole button, and I'm going to refer back to that clip, which is no longer in the video. So, I just wanted to give you some info on that. Hopefully it was somewhat interesting. Well, I got a really low, really thin signal, about a 10. This place is just absolutely littered with iron, so it's really tough to grab on the signals, but I did get this one. And I think we have a little button. Yep, a little flat button. Anything on it? Nope. It's probably tomback, I'm going to assume, because it rang up so low. Could be wrong. I won't know fully until I get home, but yeah, it's a tomback. I can tell because of the way the shank is attached. All right, very good. Back with you on the next. Well, I guess maybe this will be a button day. I got an 18 signal, really loud and clear, 8 inches down there, and I pulled it out. Haven't really looked at it much yet, but it's like a convex 2-piece button, but it looks really, really old. Is this a blowhole? This is usually how they're built. Huh, you know what? I'm going to brush that off and come right back. That could be something pretty cool. Well, I have to say I'm actually surprised I called that. There's the blowhole. This is such a good segue from what I was talking about earlier with the other button that didn't have the hole in the back, which is why it was missing the face, whereas this one is not. I'm not sure on the composition. It actually looks like it's brass, but the back does appear to be tomback. You can't really see it, but the edge is kind of shiny. So I think the back is tomback. I don't know. I can't believe that survived. And it's really weird that there's only one hole there. That's an early button. Easily early 1700s. That is so cool. I feel like this video is just going to look like me looping the same clip over and over and over again. I got another low signal, about an 11, maybe 3 or 4 inches down, not very deep at all. Pulled it out, and you guessed it, it's another button. Ooh, it's pretty. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to wipe that off real quick and come right back. That is a really neat, it looks like a golf ball. All right, I'll be right back. Well, look at that. I guess it's more of a honeycomb pattern, huh? That's beautiful. And I can see why it rang up low and why it was very shallow, because this land hasn't been worked in a while. The back actually looks like it might be tin. So that could even be like early 1900s, maybe late 1800s. So not terribly old, but a really beautiful button. Happy to have that. Well, I just found something that got me really excited when I cheated and looked at it first. Sorry, I will try to start discovering things like together with you a little bit more. I know I've been bad about that lately, but I will get better. It was a 17 signal, like 3 inches down. It was reading 3 inches down, but sounded huge, which means it was deeper. And it was. And at first blush, that definitely looks like a shoe buckle frame. But it's got this weird doohickey right here on the top. I don't know. Yeah, there's no pin terminals or anything. That's really weird. Huh. Well, if you have any clues, let me know. Certainly could have been a latch to like a change purse. That's what we'll go with right now, because I can't think of anything else. But man, seeing that shape in the hole really got my heart pumping, because obviously we'd love to find more of those out here. I found a couple so far. One was complete and one was not, but hey, we'll hope for it. Cool find. Okay, so I got a pretty slamming 14 signal. It was reading 6 inches down, but it was easily 8 to 10. Pulled it out over here. It looks like we have a flat piece of brass. And whoa. Well, that is pretty. I think this is half of a sash buckle, if I had to guess. Let me brush that off. That is beautiful. Well, I wish I could tell you that brushing it off would convince me as to exactly what it was, but I don't really know. Clearly clipped onto something, and someone nailed something through it. That's about what I can tell you. It's stamped brass. It looks Victorian. I would have to say at least the later 1800s, because it's thin stamped brass. I don't think they did that till like the 1850s or so. But that is beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Is that good enough? All right. Back with you soon. Okay, well, I think I may finally have a coin in the day. You can see the shadows are pretty long. I came out later in the afternoon, though. It's still kind of a short hunt, so it's not like I waited all day for this. But in any case, rang up a 19. It was only maybe 3 inches down. I plucked it over here, and usually that's an Indian or a Zincan, so let's see. Yep, it's an Indian. Hey, I will always take that. Let's see, what do we have for a date here? Be right back with you. I can't tell. It looks like 1880 something. Okay, so it looks like 1880 on the nose. I don't have that one, and I don't see that date come up a lot, so I kind of wonder if it's like a semi-key date or something. It's in decent shape. The back is kind of caked on with dirt, but I think this will come pretty clean. You know, given all I did was take a light toothbrush to it, and you can already make out the date and her headdress and all that fun stuff. So hey, yay, coin for the day. Okay, just got a 1314 signal about 4 inches down there. Ooh, looks like it's getting dark, huh? Trouble focusing, but in any case, pulled out something tiny and round, which I assume is yet another button. Certainly feels that way. Looks that way. I think it's actually a snap, if I am not mistaken. Oh no, there's a little shank. It might be another tin back button, so that's not going to be terribly old, but hey, it's a good target. Not a bad relic. Well, guys, I really, really hope you like buttons, because I think that's what we're pretty much digging today. I got a 16 to 17 signal, solid 8 inches down, and I've actually been digging a lot of nails today. Like, they've been falsing in the 20s, which normally doesn't happen. So what I did is I increased the iron bias to 2 from my usual 1 on the Equinox 600. And that helped a lot because I just got a 16 to 17 signal, which could be iron in a lot of circumstances, depending where you're hunting and your conditions. But it's actually a button. Looks like just a plain flat button, I think. I don't think it's tomback. I think it's a brass one. Yeah, it is. Makes sense with those numbers. Look how offset the shank is. I always love finding those. So cool, I guess I'll be running an iron bias 2 for the rest of the day, because I was getting very tired of digging nails. Normally I would keep it lower, just, you know, if you're at a place where you want to dig a bunch of iffy signals. But given the sun's going down, I don't want to mess around with iffy signals, and I want to make this video decent for you guys. So we'll be back with you soon, hopefully. Well, it's darker out than it looks. I'm actually really surprised at the camera quality right now. In any case, I have something that's not a button. Yay. So about 8 inches down, I was getting a 17, 18, 19 signal, mixed in with a bunch of iron. And it's funny that I found one of these, because I was just saying the other day, I've never found a musket ball here. And I have. Now I have. That's cool. I never get sick of finding these. I don't know what it is, but I just love musket balls. You can even see the sprue where it was poured into the mold right there. So, yeah, it may have been fired. I'm not sure, but either way, very happy with that. Well, you can't see a thing right now. Oh boy. I was on my way back to the car, and I got that. It's a mercury dime, so I guess we'll just see it home. No point in filming any more signals. I was just looking for one last high conductor, and I found it. So, alrighty. Okay, so that's all the hunting for this week. As always, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more of it. It's free. Why wouldn't you do it? All right, let's get into the wrap-up. Okay, so there's the spread for the day. Not a bad spread at all. Let's go over the few things I didn't film first. We have part of a lantern there. That'll be late 1800s to early 1900s. Late 1800s casing, a little rivet. I hate those because they sound great. Every detectorist hates them. At least I think so. If you like them, let me know. I'll send it to you. We have what I think is part of a suspender clip, but I get really tired of filming those because I find them all the time. I know, I probably should have filmed it, but that one's not very exciting. Anyway, so, moving on to some buttons here. We have a teeny tiny tomback button. Really pretty one, nice and shiny. We have our colonial coat button. I think this is the one with the offset shank. It is. I love those. I never get tired of them. Let's see here. A little musket ball, like 58 caliber, I want to say. This is that back to a two-piece button. Trying to pick it up. So, cool find there. Very, very, very old. Late 16s, early 17s, somewhere in there. our blowhole button, which as far as I'm concerned, even with this pretty thing over here, this is the find of the day for me because it's surprising that I actually hadn't found one given where I live until now. It took me like almost 4 years to get this. So it's a really nice big one too. You can kind of get a better sense of scale when it's in my hand. You know, it's almost an inch wide, which is unusual because most of the ones I see dug are like less than half an inch in diameter. I don't usually see big ones a whole lot. So yeah, I love that piece. Oh, and my, look, more dirt just came out of it. No matter how many times I rinsed this out, more and more and more dirt would come out. So we'll just put that back for now. Okay, the coinage. There's that Merc I dug at the very 11th hour, and yes, I am now aware, sorry, my hand is like, I'm still getting used to doing the wrap-ups in here, so I'm really sorry when my big fat hand gets in the way of the camera. I don't know why that's happening, but anyway. So this is the Merc I dug at the very end of the day. I am now aware that my camera actually has a flashlight when I am filming, so that won't happen again if I am, you know, trying to dig high tones on the way back to the car in the future. So I know some of you might say, oh man, are you sure it's not a 1916D or something? Yeah, I'm positive. It's definitely a 1918, but you can't really see it too well. Anyway, thought I would show you the Indian, which did not come out very well. It's like this blah gray color. So I think it's yet another fire damaged Indian. I've been very good at digging those lately. I don't know what the deal is, but hey, it is what it is. Have that really cool honeycomb pattern button. Another little button there. Also tin back, so those are, you know, like late 1800s, early 1900s. And let's see, this clasp thing, I'm still not entirely sure what this is. I would imagine some kind of change purse. You can see the clip there, the hinge, excuse me. And you can see it looks like it's complete. You know, minus whatever fabric would have been in there, so I don't really know. That's why I do think it's some kind of, you know, like pocket change purse or something, but I'm not really sure. Kept it anyway in case it's something cool. Little piece of pottery I didn't film. It was in the hole with something else. And then this Butaceous thing, I love it. This, I guess, is half of a sash buckle. I'm still not really entirely sure on that, but can't think of anything else it would be, especially given the size, so it's probably half of one of those. But, yeah, I love that piece. Really, really pretty. And overall, another nice day in the dirt. Okay, well, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And as always, remember, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.